Say what you want about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, it does have one thing going for it, which is a better Shredder. I did not intend for that to rhyme. As we know, Brian T. has been recast in the role, and as we saw on the Kids' Choice Awards recently in a new clip, Shredder looks different, and I'm going to say he looks a lot better. Let's take a look. This is the original Shredder. This is too much. There's too many sharp, pointy things. That face is not right. It's too much. It looks like a combination of Shredder and a few motorcycles and one of those things you use for yard work. And here's the new one. I think that's Brian T.'s eye under there. It looks more, I would say, for a Michael Bay movie, restrained.
Certainly.
Yeah, getting the mood in a little bit more. He looks darker, less
it's much more sleek.
Stupid.
He almost looks like a knight, like he's gonna fight, like he could actually fight in that costume,
like
as opposed to that.
He has a lurking menace underneath, and that he might be a formidable foe, as opposed to a giant mess of blades and sharp, pointy things everywhere, in every direction. I mean, I guess that's dangerous too, but, just don't stand in his way.
Yeah, he did look quite ridiculous in the first movie, I will say. And, well, this is kind of off topic, but if they were going to redesign any character, I actually wish it would have been April O'Neil.
Oh, you mean recast?
Well, or redesign.
Hashtag not my April O'Neil.
Not my April O'Neil. Man, I've always felt that Paramount really missed an opportunity here to bring so many different kinds of people into this franchise, and especially if they were going to go through all the work of rebooting it, and that was the big miss for me.
I don't think Megan Fox is my ideal April O'Neil, and I don't think she brings the right characterization to the role. I cannot believe I'm saying this right now, but this is an interesting topic to think about, which is how accurate can and should reboots, particularly ones involving animation or comic books, be? I mean, in the animation, at least, of Shredder, he had a purple cape. Mm-hmm. It was maybe a little... It probably wouldn't be that scary if we had a direct, exact duplication in the movie of the costume, at least. But I remember in the first one, people complained about the foot soldiers, mm-hmm. or the foot, looking more like terrorists than ninjas, which is something closer to what they should have been if we were going to be accurate.
If anybody out there watches South Park, you know that terrorists and ninjas get confused very easily. It happens to the children in South Park. That's just for the South Park people out there.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Well, it's interesting. You'll Google it and you'll thank me.
I will.
You'll thank me when you do. South Park was great last season, but that's a different story, different topic. No, but I think that is a really valid question, because it's something that we're running into a lot with a lot of these reboots and reimaginings, and bringing, artistic, bringing comic books and graphic novels to life when it comes to casting people based on gender or ethnicity or nationality, and then you get into the redesigns and you get into all these things. I mean, this is not a good example, I don't think, of necessarily innovation with changing up characters from source material, but it is definitely.
I think Brian T. is a better choice than what they had originally.
For sure. Role. Sorry, I meant the costume.
Oh, okay.
Is not necessarily, but it's better. It's better.
It's not exactly the same. I think it conveys a mood which isn't necessarily the exact same as what we would have seen in the original source material, but I think what the feeling it inspires might be closer to what I would imagine. I think that's what we need to be thinking about, more so than specifically a direct adaptation of, that's not Superman's costume, that's not Wonder Woman's costume, that's not what Hawkeye looks like. But have you seen Hawkeye's original costume? I mean, maybe this was the better choice in terms of translating to film.
Sure. Well, and that's the thing. You have to take those things into consideration. I will say tonally, though, it is interesting because, if I'm not mistaken, the original Ninja Turtles comic is
dark,
exactly. And the first film, meaning the first film adaptation,
that was good.
It was very good.
But after that,
well. And so, I am partial to Secret of the Ooze. I can't lie to you. Ninja rap.
Well,
2 words.
Go Ninja, go that one.
What else is there, Kim? What other?
I like the first one.
But what I will say is I think with this new franchise, something that's interesting is that tonally, speaking of tone, you know, it is a little bit all over the place. And I wonder if in this second film, where they did recast the role of Shredder and where they did bring in the costume, rein it in a little bit, and where they are incorporating, you know, Rocksteady and Bebop, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure we've seen them in the first trailer.
We've seen Krang.
Yeah.
Which is probably a decent adaptation of a villain, I would say.
Sure. So I think hopefully it seems like Paramount is looking to course correct a little bit in terms of, you know, okay, what does this franchise mean? Who is it for? It's not so all over the place in terms of, you know.
I think who is it for is an important question to ask.
I agree.
Which we've seen get messed up a few times with movies like Gem and the Holograms, which wasn't really for anyone. So I'm super into movies course correcting and noticing, you know, oh, maybe this was a problem. Let's fix it. Let's make it better. Let's admit we were wrong and work forward and upward from there. So I might see this. I mean, I wasn't into the first one, but the
second trailer is the trailer for the second movie. I think the things that we've seen from the second movie look a lot more. They look more intriguing to me. That's what I'll say, as opposed to the first. And so yeah, I mean, I would definitely be more inclined to see more from this film than the first one.
So audience, are you feeling as inclined as we are to give the second one a chance? Let us know in the comments. Please like and subscribe for more. And go Ninja, go Ninja.